Alright, what's up, it's your boy User, and I'm actually starting a playthrough here of Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PlayStation 1. This is a game that was famous for revolutionizing cinematic gameplay, I believe, in my opinion. And the PS1 is a console that I grew up with, and I remember renting this game, and I actually didn't beat it. So I've had a personal vendetta with this game since I was in like the 3rd grade. Now, Metal Gear is one of those games that has a long lineage, and it actually started, I believe, on the Super Nintendo or some other, or the NES or some other random console, which I never played any of those old school ones. I did play one on the Game Boy Color, I believe, but I've played 1, 2, 3, 4, bits of 5, and some of those weirdo ones that were like Peace Walker, I don't know. I'm a fan of the series. I don't want to say I'm a diehard know-it-all. I know bits and pieces of the story, enough to be engaged by it, and essentially, I want the justification of being able to say I finally completed this game. Like I said, I've never beat it, and I want to actually get through this game in one piece. I'm going to be playing on normal, and there are some things I would like to kind of, explain along the way, but this is not a pro, elite, Red Bull, gamer, MLG pro playthrough of this game. So I'm going to be breaking this video up into bits and pieces. Basically, you're playing as an ops, I guess, agent, Solid Snake, and basically there's a base in Antarctica. If you're some young kid watching this, this is what the OGs played back in the day. This is the hardcore shit that we didn't expect from a console like the PlayStation 1. And this is why I like the PlayStation 1 over the Nintendo 64 and stuff. Like, games like this, you were just not going to find anywhere else but the PlayStation. The voice acting and everything in this game is so phenomenal that, like, replaying this now, it blew me away at how, like, just engaged it made me as a gamer. And it made me want to keep playing. The story is so good, and just, man, after playing a game like Metal Gear Solid 5, like, years ago when I bought my PS4, and just seeing how, like, weird and silly, and just kind of, like, how different all that stuff is, going back to this was refreshing. So, Snake uses this, what they call a codec, to basically communicate with his, staff, I guess, back at wherever they were from.
Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Colonel,
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way
such
up.
a legendary
Just
line.
as I expected.
Snake is such a badass in this game too, and I'm sorry if I talk over, but you guys can read the text on screen. There will be some times I shut up and just let these guys talk, but right now basically he's saying you have frequencies for the characters in the game that you encounter to basically call them. You can call them at any time, which is just nuts to me. Like, it didn't have to be a cutscene. So, essentially, they're explaining the game to you. Use the codec to call people and get information, or sometimes they'll straight up tell you how to get past areas, because some of the shit's kind of confusing. Especially as a kid, I was pretty shook when I started playing this, and I remember playing a demo of this game for like a whole weekend. Right away at the start, you can go back in the water there quick, and you'll find what they call rations. Now, these are basically like the health item of the game, so you want to collect as many of them as you can, because this game, even on normal, god damn it, Snake. I don't know why he's crawling like a fucking weirdo. And the enemies are actually shown on your little map up there with a little blue visual icon. You gotta be careful here, because they can hear you if you run through that mud puddle, which is kind of annoying. So there's another ration over here I'm going to grab real quick. Triangle gives you a first-person view, and basically this is... It took me some time to get reused to this kind of stuff, because without a dual-stick controller, it's very difficult to play some of these older PS1 games, and I mean that in the best way possible. Gaming has advanced so much since this game, but this was like fucking revolutionary for when it first came out. just the way the angles worked, and you know, you had a first-person view that you could switch to at any moment. That was awesome. The one thing that's tough to get around is I can't control camera, essentially, and without a crouch walk, you're left to literally being prone or at a full sprint. And sometimes that can be a little clunky, but you know, whatever, we're making the best of it. As a kid too, this was a kind of a weird part, is you get to this elevator and what do I gotta do to trigger? Oh, there we go. So basically these guys babysit you for at all parts of the game. They're basically telling you, hey, an elevator's gotta come down, just wait. Thanks, Dad. So we're just basically hiding here until that elevator comes down. So you have a few options here combat-wise. Basically, you have a grapple move that you can basically grab an enemy and flip them or choke them or incapacitate them. You also have this like 3-hit combo that you can do, which, whatever, it gets enough of the job done. That 3-hit combo basically renders Snake the best martial artist in the game until you meet this ninja later. But we'll get to that whenever we, you know, get to that. So here comes the elevator. It triggers a cutscene, so we just basically have to hide here for another second or two. And I'm sorry this is dragging out, but this is just how the game plays. You literally are physically forced into waiting for this elevator. So hurry up, buddy. So he scans the area real quick, and now we can run and get on the elevator. So now we're actually going to go up and start like the actual game here. So get another cutscene. So replaying this, I did kind of like a test playthrough. It blew my mind at how like frustrating the cameras. You know, now that we're in an age where like Resident Evil 4 did this over-the-back shooter, and now like basically every third-person shooter game has like a dual stick setup that you can control all aspects of the visuals and everything. This game, some of the fights and some of the, you know, shooting and things are very frustrating, but that doesn't take away from how just awesome this game is. I'm going to skip this cutscene because literally you ride up the elevator. Congratulations, you did it. So Dad's going to call here in a second. Hideo Kojima really knew how to make like an entrance for his characters in some of these games.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
It's Snake.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
And that's another line they reference throughout the series about his age. And I didn't get that really until like some of the other games.
This is Alaska.
There's actually a part of dialogue here. I remember they mentioned nanobots and shit. Like in Metal Gear Solid 4, the whole thing was like you basically have these nanobots running through you. All the soldiers in the future do, and without them you can't like use weapons and stuff. I can't believe this dude
just took off from Galena,
had the vision of the series to where he actually mentions them in 1995 or 6 or 8 or whenever this game came out, and like 2 consoles later,
behind D,
in like 2008 when Metal Gear Solid 4 comes out, they actually, it's like heavily around these nanobots. Like, this shit just blows my
looks like
mind.
our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed.
So to start the game off again, there's just a lot of cutscenes that you have to fight through, and if you're familiar with the series, that shouldn't bother you at this point. That's Liquid Snake. He's basically Snake's twin brother or something. I'm trying to remember what even the series at this point was even trying to do with these guys, but he flies off, and you'll actually fight him later in the game while he's manning one of these helicopters.
There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly behind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Who is that?
Sorry.
So
introduced you to
this is
yet.
basically
This is Mei Ling.
Mei Ling.
She was
Okay, I
assigned
forgot her
to us
name.
as our visual
But
and
essentially,
data processing
she will
specialist.
give us her
She
her
designed
codec
your
here.
codec, as well
She's
as your
essentially
soliton
your
radar
save
system.
function in the game, so you can
Contact her
call
if you have
her.
any
You'll have a
questions about
chit
either
chat,
of
and
them.
you could basically tell her,
Nice to
"Bitch,
meet
I
you,
want to save the
Snake.
game.
It's
Just
an honor
like,
to
can you
speak
get
to a
can you get
living
on with it?"
legend like yourself.
And then you know,
What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just
damn,
flattering
Snake,
me.
settle
No,
down,
I'm
buddy.
serious.
You got a lot of
Well, I
shit
know
to
I
get
won't be
done here
bored for
before
the
you can
next
start
18
thinking about
hours.
getting it in.
Come on.
So.
I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy
looking
is so
forward to learning
smooth.
about the
The
man
voice
behind the
actor
legend.
is perfect for
But
him in these
first,
games too,
let me
and
explain
like
about
I
the
loved him in
soliton
5.
radar
Like I didn't
system.
think the voice actor was that bad, but rehearing these
The bright
lines,
dot in the
this
middle
guy
is you,
delivers
Snake.
in
The
these
red
games
dots
is
are your
just like
enemies, and
just
the
so
blue cone
phenomenal.
shape represents
So
their field of vision.
this you can't skip. They basically, or did I just skip it? Come on.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't.
Basically, she's explaining there are going to be sections of the game where the radar will get jammed or something. So there she just gave us her frequency. And as soon as these guys like let me get to the game, I'll finally be able to start playing. Sorry I'm skipping through some of this, but if you want to watch all these cutscenes in their entirety, you can do that. There's all these channels now that have
If you want to get in,
upload all the
there's
movie
the front
clips and
door.
all the codec calls. I mean, you're not
It's the
missing much at this
fastest
point
way,
as far as
but there's
story
too much
goes.
risk of being
Essentially, we're
spotted by
meeting the
the enemy.
characters, we're learning
can't
the
just
game
knock on the door
mechanics,
and ask
and
them
I'll
to let me
explain
in.
them, you know,
There's one
thoroughly
sentry
as
on
we
the
kind of
left
get through the
and
game.
one on the right.
So essentially, this is one of
They're
the
armed
first
with
things about this game.
5.56ers,
You have no
pineapples.
weapons, so you're procuring all your ammunition and guns on site. Basically, Snake is the game is basically telling you, look, use your
What about
equipment
the air
and don't
duct
be a
near the door?
freaking dumbass and just run out there and think you're gonna just manhandle everybody.
There should also be a duct on the second floor.
So this also created quite a stir as well. I remember with some of my friends.
I can't see it from here.
None of them actually used the bottom way to get into this. I remember like on the school bus convos that we were
I'll let
having,
you decide
and
the best
there's a
COA.
vent upstairs that you can crawl
I'm
into.
counting on
Basically,
you,
they both
Snake.
take you to the same place. One takes you to the first floor, the other to like the ground level. But the basement or the ground level vent actually takes you through. I believe there's a ration in there, and also there are these like rats. Also, there's a ration back here as well, just in case you missed any on the ground floor. I am going to try to grab this thing here in the middle between these lights, just because I believe they're shaft grenades. Maybe I'm wrong. Run. Fuck yes. Okay, so these grenades essentially disable electrical equipment. So you're going to encounter a ton of shit in this game. That right here is one of them. Security cameras.
A
I don't know if
surveillance
Snake,
camera?
yeah, he does drop a comment there, and I'll show you how these work. So basically, you pull the pin, you throw it with the square button on PS1. I don't know what some of you guys will play this game on, but you can basically disable electronics temporarily with this. There is a downside. You actually jam your radar whenever you do that as well. So if you're in a situation where you need the radar to basically function, which I'm one of those guys that does, I only use this sparingly. I forget what's up here. So basically, this is the handgun of the game. It's called the SOCOM, and I used to think of SOCOM Navy SEALs every time I used to pick this gun up. But the SOCOM is just a basic pistol. At this point in the game, it's not really usable because there's no silencer on it. And I want to make, I want to emphasize, this game is built around stealth mechanics, so using a gun, basically, that doesn't allow stealth is kind of silly to start off here. Oh, fuck! Well, what a great start to the playthrough here. Immediately caught by a guard. Brilliant. So, the guards are kind of assholes in this game, and early on, you get fucked up really easily. And I mean, like, you can take damage like once or twice, and then you're dead. So immediately here, I'm gonna have to use one of my rations, and I hope I pick one up here in this vent because they are very difficult to come by here in.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
So basically,
Master.
McDonald Miller, or whatever, he's another dude that you basically get a contact with. I'll show you the codex screen here real quick. So Master Miller is the guy that we just spoke to. He's at 14180. Campbell is basically like the mission main functional person that you'll be talking to. Mei-Ling is going to be the person that you call to save the game. So essentially, those are the people that you're going to be dealing with the majority of the time. You do get a couple other numbers here as the game goes on, and I'll explain them whenever we get them. But Miller is kind of an interesting character here. He, I guess at one point must have trained Snake, which, without much backstory behind them, just basically saying that through, you know, conversation pieces. I don't really know a whole lot about Miller, especially throughout the rest of the game. But he basically gives you some tips and tricks as far as like how to get around some situations at times. And he has some interesting development later in the game. Here we're actually looking through what this guy named, I don't know why they call him the DARPA chief, but essentially he's a part of like the United States government or something, and he's captured on this base. So playing here with Snake.
Really?
He's already done 3 people.
Playing here with Snake, you don't know where he's at yet, but you just basically are hearing tidbits of information about this. And this part as a kid really shook me because I thought they were talking about me as the intruder, but Snake says, you know, there's another intruder besides me. So before I got into this part, I was pretty much, killing people and choking them out and breaking necks. I was like, I don't know, maybe I did kill 3 people. It sounds like they had the number accurate. But we'll meet that intruder here a couple times through the game. The music here in the vents too is just extremely, I don't want to say haunting, but it's great. I love that it sets this like kind of damp mood on a game where basically when you think about the events that happen throughout this and how traumatizing it has to be to some of these characters, it's just moments like this that really get me kind of captured into what kind of, momentary dread that's going through Snake's mind right now. He's in this giant facility where essentially he could die probably any minute with nuclear weapons involved. There's a lot of crazy shit that could happen here, but I don't know what that call was just about. I was actually focused on picking up this, let me go down. Let me go down! How do I get out of here? Alright, there we go. So, we've successfully infiltrated Shadow Moses. As you can see, we're climbing down a ladder in the ventilation shaft, and of course, they're gonna call every 5 seconds.
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around.
You literally called me to tell me, hey, Snake, I don't want to insult your intelligence, but use the elevator at, to change levels on the facility. Like, fuck out of here. So they must have absolutely no confidence in me as a spy whatsoever if they're going to be saying things like that to me. I'm going to try to grab whatever this is. Now, clinging to the wall like this at times can be a little weird. Like, I'm holding right and then... Alright, that went well. Like I said, I can't see ahead of me. I don't know where the enemies even are at this point. Just trying my best to stay away from them, but these guys are literally right on my ass, so... These guys are whooping my ass! Do you ever reload your weapon there, buddy? I guess not. So, I really don't know what to do here. I'm gonna just keep running for my life. Of course, I'm gonna be using my rations like fucking wild. Jesus! Here's another. I didn't want to have to murder everybody on this base, but if you're going to make me, I will. This is pathetic. I'm like 5 seconds into this playthrough and I'm already caught twice. It's just tough. I mean, they do give you this radar, but at the same time, like, I can't see 5 feet in front of me. I'm trying my best here. I do want to make it a point to find some more rations because they are absolutely vital. Like you saw, I just made one mistake, and that whole game just lit me up to the point where, you know, I went through 2 of them already, or 3. I think I picked one up in the vent. So the goal is we got to get in the elevator here. You remember, you know, use it to change floors. So we're gonna go in here and basically head. I think it's basement 2. We'll try basement 2 quick. I don't remember the exact floor the DARPA chief's on, but I could tell. You know, this isn't it. Basement 1. Basement 2 is basically like a giant cargo area for supplies, and there's a couple guards down here, but we'll get an explanation on that from the DARPA chief here in a second.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry!
I might, like, I don't know if people will watch this and want to see these cutscenes, but, like, stuff like that, I mean, are you guys really going to be missing out? Literally, she called me to tell me, rescue the DARPA chief. Thanks. Thank you for that. Appreciate the information. What is this?
Snake, if you want to go up or down a ladder,
Are you fucking
just
kidding
press
me,
the
Campbell?
action button.
You literally called me to tell me how a ladder works. Like, I'm probably done. I'm actually just not going to answer some of these Kodak calls moving forward. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just not going to. I can't listen to, Snake, if you want to breathe air, use your nostrils or your mouth and open up and suck in air.
Oh, kinda damn cold. I hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy, that woman is built all right.
Fucking creep. Alright, so this is like the vent above the jail cells here on basement level 1. I'm just gonna go over here quick and grab this ammunition. I picked up a whole 1 bullet. Alright. I must have fired a shot there. I don't remember doing that, but I'm pretty sure you don't pick the gun up with 24 out of 25 shells. I mean, I don't see why the game would do that to me. So if you just keep calling straight here, you can peer down into the vents, like that's on the cutscene, but if you look down, you can trigger this sometimes through these ventilation shafts where you'll pick up conversations or little tidbits of information from people. So I'd recommend doing it, especially if it's your first playthrough. Like right here, you can actually miss this cell, and this is the female that the guard was just talking about. Boy, she built all right. Just be quiet. I know I know what I'm doing. So here's the DARPA chief. He's literally just sitting there contemplating his life, I guess.
Who's that?
My name's Snake.
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really?
So they have a little bit of dialogue here about some information, I guess, that the DARPA chief was withholding.
In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
I don't want to skip this right now. I do feel like some of this information is vital for the next
terrorists
couple
threatening the
of,
White House. They say if they
like,
don't
next
accede
hour
to
of
their
gameplay,
demands,
so
they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
instead of me explaining it, you know, we'll let the paid
Is
actors
it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
So essentially,
And a launch.
part of your mission,
this
you're
place
supposed
was
to
just
know
put
if they have the
warheads.
capabilities of doing a nuclear
shouldn't have
launch
access to a
while you're
missile.
rescuing the
What I'm
DARPA chief.
about to
So
tell you
essentially, he just
fire
says,
information.
yes, they can do
Okay.
it.
We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
What is he talking about? Like a Gundam wing or what?
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
You knew?
So,
Metal
yeah,
Gear is
Metal
one of the most
Gear
secret
is
black
basically
projects.
a giant
How did you
walking
know
mech that can shoot a nuke. And there are
We've had a
several
couple
of
run-ins
these through
in
the
past.
extent of these
So
games.
that's the reason you were here at this
I guess
disposal
this
site?
base was
Why else
holding
would
one
I
of
come to
these,
a
and
god
these
for second
terrorists
place
basically are
like this?
coming in to use it to
I had heard the Metal Gear
make
project was
threats or
scrapped.
potentially launch a nuke. So there's that cutscene. I just don't feel like sitting through, you know, a flashback of a Metal
If
Gear.
it hadn't been for the revolution,
Revolution.
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Okay, so this is Metal Gear Rex.
Metal Gear
Rex, I
Rex.
guess, is its like code name or
The
something.
code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
What do you think? He's just literally talking to himself out loud, having a full-on informative conversation just with himself.
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order
And
to
this
launch
is
the
basically
device.
information that you
There are
need
2
for later in
passwords?
the game.
Yes, Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker, the president of Arms Tech.
So essentially, early
That's
in the
right.
game here, we're gonna meet this guy, the DARPA
Each of
chief,
us
which we're
needs to
talking to
input our
right now, and
password,
another
or
person
there
named
can be no
Baker,
launch.
and he's held down
But
in basement floor 2.
They found out my password.
So they
talked.
tortured Baker and this DARPA chief
Psycho
guy, and of
Mantis
course
can
they both
read
buckled
people's
under the
minds.
fucking pressure.
Can't resist.
Psycho Mantis.
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
I like how they
find
just
out
had
Baker's
like 40
password.
minutes in here just to hang out and talk. I'm gonna
Okay.
skip some of this stuff, guys. I mean, basically they've explained all the important stuff.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
Oh shit,
I
my
don't
bad.
know.
I actually
It looked
skipped.
like a heart attack, but
the
A
DARPA
heart
chief
attack?
literally dies in the cell. He has like
Colonel,
what they think is a
are
heart
you hiding
attack.
something from me?
Absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support.
So
Snake,
early
we
on
don't
in
have
this
time to
game,
debate. Get out of
Snake
there and
is
find
kind of
President
questioning
Baker.
some things from the leadership because this mission's kind of fishy at this point. So, okay. Found a ration, that's good. So it sounds like there's a scuffle to the cell next of us. So I don't really know what's going on. So, looks like our cell door is open. Let's see what's going on.
Don't move.
Forgot about that.
So you killed the chief, you bastard. Liquid? No, you're not. Don't move.
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking.
This dialogue is like
Can you
fucking
shoot,
legendary.
rookie?
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar. That nervous glance. That scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie.
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Okay, so also I missed when I skipped that last cutscene. DARPA Chief gives you a level 1 access card. As you can see, a ton of these doors have, you know, numbers on them. So we're in a pretty brutal gunfight here to start off the game. Basically,
shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
I'm telling you,
shoot! You're seeing a pretty solid like intro for a character who is being forced with her back to the wall to basically kill other human beings, and she's never done it before. So we gotta fire your weapon. Some of the lock-on mechanics here are a little iffy as well. Here soon, and there's something fishy happening, like a 30 minutes or something in that, I don't know. Yep. Man, she just chops. Interesting. Okay, so that wasn't as bad as my first time through.
Thanks for the help.
Wait!
Snake.
Who are you?
You're better than that.
You fool! You've killed him!
I'm sorry, sir. His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
So, if you guys haven't figured it out yet, that's the cellmate of the DARPA chief, the female that they're referencing. And she basically runs off. Now she's dressed as a guard. So she'll be actually making her way through the facility here. Periodically, we may run into her.
Good girl. Just like that.
And we just had a quick little glimpse of Psycho Mantis, one of the Foxhound soldiers. He is the psychic, basically, that they referenced there a few times in dialogue.
I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
So basically, Mantis kind of showed himself to us for the first time there. So as you can see here, we have a level 1 key card. There's the guard. The female's name is Meryl. That she messed him up pretty good. Jeez. So there's nothing in her cell. Let's check under the bed real quick. Yeah, there's nothing in here. So I just want to take a peek around here real quick. Okay, there's some ammo, and basically from here we're going to be heading downstairs to basement floor 2. That's where we came from earlier. So as you can see, the doors here are level 1 through 6. I believe 6 is the highest. We'll have to come back here. As you can tell, I don't have access to that floor, so we're gonna go ahead and use the elevator here. I'm going to go downstairs and save the game for the first time here. So I'm gonna go ahead and save. I'm gonna cut off here, and I will meet Baker, and we'll go through basement floor 1. We'll also go back and hit some of these doors with the level 1 key card and pick up in the next video.